to theveteransangle.com. I am your host, Ken Gouchi, and as you can tell, I'm flying solo now. For everybody who's been following me for the last couple of years or following us, following this podcast, um, we started off with three of us, and then we kind of whittled it down to two of us, and now it is just me. So I am literally trying to turn this into something special. I'm trying to turn this into something that is a little bit more than just political or a little bit more than me just whining. A lot of this stuff that I'm going to be talking about here coming up is going to be focusing on a lot of entrepreneurialism, a lot of veterans issues like PTSD, and some psychological stuff that we can always talk about. Really just kind of our society in general. I'm gonna still kind of carry over and talk a lot about masculinity and stuff like this. And for everybody who doesn't know, I am not one of these guys that is like a diehard Trump guy, but I'm also not. I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a Republican. I'm just kind of a libertarian type of person. But I do get political from time to time, and there are quite a few things that I'm pretty far right leaning on. But there's also a few things that I've got that are kind of my own developed system. So I get into a lot of arguments, man. There's a lot of damn pretend conservatives out there that I get into a lot of arguments with. There's a lot of people that just don't have a lot of world experience, and so I try to address the issues. But anybody that knows me and kind of knows my previous podcasts and stuff, I mean, I'm not afraid to get up in their face and stuff. So let's try to make this fun. So what I've got going on for this very first new episode, so this is kind of a restart of everything that I've ever had going on. This is really kind of a new system here. And so what I'm going to do is for this very first one, uh, I'm going to kind of a couple weeks ago, we had this vet fest here in Oklahoma. It was a great event, man. I loved it. So what I've done is I've kind of done some recaps, and I've taken a few little short videos that I'm kind of compiling into one. And as I'm going through this and kind of talking about it, I'll pause and kind of go through everyone and make sure that everything is explained properly. But this was a cool event. This was up here in Garber, Oklahoma. And we're going to be doing it again next year. I know the guy who put it on and sponsored it and everything. So, I mean, it's a really cool event. I would really like to get more veterans involved. Maybe even make it like a statewide thing maybe next year. But anyway, let's go ahead and see if I can get this thing going properly. And like I said, what I'll do is I'll just kind of comment on as it's going, as it's playing. So hold tight and let's see here. Let me get this screen adjusted. And what I'll do is I'll collapse myself so that we can see the screen, and then I'll just kind of comment on it as we go through. So, all right, let's see how this goes. Hey everybody, Ken Gouchi here with theveteransangle.com. Really I'm kind of starting this whole podcast thing over, and what I'm going to try to focus on is more like nonprofits and entrepreneurialism and, positive things for veterans. I really want to try to stay away from the negativity. So today what we're doing is we're going up to an event called Vet Fest in Garber, Oklahoma, and I'm going to go ahead and ride the old Iron Horse up there. We're going to go ahead and check it out and meet some fellow veterans and see what they got for us. It should be a very cool event. I'm going to do some interviews up there, and we're going to just play it out and see how we can do it. So let's roll. All righty. So that was kind of the start of the day. It was a beautiful morning, and really, I wanted to take the bike up there because I knew there was going to be a lot of other bikers up there and stuff, especially like the CVMA guys. That's the Combat Veterans Motorcycle Association and stuff. So, I don't patch with anybody, but I do ride with a lot of different guys, and the CVMA is always one of my favorites. I'm also a pretty big fan of riding with my Masonic brothers, the Widow Sons, and those guys. And so I try to do as many charity rides and stuff like that as I can. And this was just an excellent day. Let's kind of jump into this a little bit more. I'll kind of keep talking here for a little bit. Hold on. Going for Garber, Oklahoma. Look at this side. Man, this is beautiful. So that was really kind of just coming into town, or really it was kind of just the ride up there, and it was phenomenal, man. It was a beautiful day. Here I am pulling into town right quick. Let's see how this goes. All right, we're coming into town, into Betfest, and we can see we've got the whole street closed down. This is a cool event. This is the kind of stuff the veterans should really be trying to get out there and do more of, so that everybody can participate and communities can come together. This is very cool. So we're gonna do some recording in here. Hang tight, and we'll get everybody involved. Just hang tight with us. So really, once again, I mean, I'm just kind of coming up to the event. You can kind of see how it was all staged and everything. It was really, really well put together. And so here I'm just going to kind of go through a couple of photos and stuff and see what else we have. Kind of talk and pause. Yeah, so this is just awesomeness. This is just pure awesomeness. We need to figure out ways to grow this to where it's entire cities, doing this Comic-Con stuff. Instead, we need to be having festivals like this. But this is the organizer of the event. This is Kale, and he also has a nonprofit that does flagpoles, National Veterans Flagpoles Unite. Yeah, exactly. So they do a lot of good work. We need to start getting people more involved with that as well. And then we have a good friend of ours here as well, Chase Rutledge. He's actually the pilot for the news, so we got some big names up in here, so we're doing good. Maybe we can actually get some recognition for ourselves and get our thing posted. So for everybody that doesn't know, I've been doing this podcasting stuff for several years. I'm starting completely fresh. I've got no episodes up on the website right now, so this will be the newest, first Grand Slam episode of the year, and I wanted to save it specifically for this event because I want to see what we can start doing in the future to really start. I mean, man, there's so much cool stuff here. I mean, man, we need tattoo stands. We need all kinds of. Yeah, we do. So thank you for everything you're doing out here. We try to do as much as we can for our fellow veterans as well. And obviously, we're big into the VFW and the American Legion. I'm a Freemason and all that kind of stuff. So I really am trying to focus as much as I can on veterans issues and stuff like that. So I really appreciate what you guys have done here. This is beautiful, and I think the best part was the bike ride up. But I love it up here. So this is awesome. Thank you guys for everything you did. All right. So really, that was me just kind of hanging out with the founder and the organizers of the event, and it was really windy up there. I really didn't get a lot of chance to talk to a lot of people because it was so windy. Here again, this is Oklahoma, so it's kind of like always windy up there. But it's just like one of those things where it's kind of frustrating, right? Because you've only got one chance to record. And normally I do all this stuff on my phone. Sometimes I do take a portable camera with me, but typically I just record on my phone, and so it's usually not very high quality. Normally it's better than that, so I do apologize, but still the same. Now let's go ahead and look at some of these posts or some of these photos and stuff. So yeah, here, really they had a car show. I love those Bel Airs, man. I love those 57 Bel Airs. That's one of the coolest cars I think that was ever invented. My dad had one of those, and it was just phenomenal. There we got a Corvette. We got an old truck. There's an old like a 57 Chevy truck. Beautiful, just beautiful, beautiful truck. And one of these days I'm going to buy one of those. All right, we're back here again with Recoil Outdoor. You guys go ahead and take it off from here. What do you guys do?
So we're a veteran nonprofit organization that specializes in recreational outdoor therapy for veterans, first responders, active duty, military, Our whole basis is just getting into the outdoors, providing that outlet, whether it be off-roading in our Jeep or biking on our adventure bikes. We go hiking, kayaking, kind of all glamour and stuff.
Are you based here in Oklahoma, or are you guys nationwide?
We're based out of Yukon.
Yukon, okay.
Most of the time where we go wheeling is down south, like Davis, Turner Falls area.
Right,
so,
right.
Kind of all over Oklahoma.
Okay, cool. Well, yeah, I mean, we're in Edmonds, so I mean, we're just a hop, skip, and a jump away. But whatever you guys need, just let us know. If we can spread the word for what you guys are doing more and more, how do people get a hold of you?
So you can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Recoil Outdoor is our basis on everything.
Okay.
Our website's recoiloutdoor.org. You can find my
recoiloutdoor.org. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. You can find my personal story on there. I'm the founder of the organization. I got home from deployment and was going through some tough times and sold my motorcycle because I was going to kill myself on my motorcycle.
Right.
Sold my boat, found a Jeep, and that became my outlet. So I just want to push that. This is the only way we know how to do it.
Awesome. Are you having pretty good success getting your name out there and everything?
We have been. It's actually, we incorporated back in August, and it's been overwhelming the amount of support we got.
Okay, cool. I mean, so you guys are hitting up all the VFWs and all those guys. And,
we haven't actually went out to the VFWs yet.
Okay.
It's been more waterbound. We put on an event monthly called Button Toga.
Okay, cool.
Which is our outreach event. Anybody can come out. We do our monthly meetings. You can meet the crew, hear about our mission, hear about what we do, and kind of go from there.
Awesome. Man, it was good meeting you guys. Thank you for what you're doing.
Yeah, appreciate it.
We'll get you.
So, I tried to talk to as many veteran nonprofits up there as I could, but again, the wind was so bad, some of my videos just didn't turn out very well. So really, those two main ones are kind of the best ones that I got out of it, and then everything else was just kind of walking around and really shaking hands and looking at all of the cool stuff that was there. It was really an awesome event. Uh, let's go ahead and watch a couple more things, and maybe I'll comment. So yeah, just walking down the street here. This is awesome. These guys have really got a nice setup out here. We got just about everything you could ask for as far as veteran stuff. We got Veterans Army wheelchairs. Look at this. We got Veterans Army wheelchairs. Look at that. That's what I need right there. So. There's some more car show and bikes and stuff that I'm looking at, and then it's just really, they had a live band come in and play, or several actually. They had, but this guy, just awesome setup, just some setup. This is the kind of stuff you should want to participate in, not only for the camaraderie of coming back together with other fellow veterans, but also to get your names out there, right? I mean, anytime you can get a stand set up or go out and shake some hands, that's good business, right? It's good for us to get out there and tell people what we're doing, especially if we're entrepreneurs and especially if we're business owners. It's important to get out there and mingle and get your name thrown out there. So that's one of the reasons too why I like going to these places, because I like actually handing out business cards, talking, shaking hands, the whole 9 yards. I love doing that stuff, and that's what this kind of thing is so important for. But yeah, the band was awesome. Let's see here. Yeah, just a really cool day. Really cool day. A lot of people showed up. This was the award that was given to Chase Rutledge. You guys saw me talking to him briefly there in that first interview. He's actually the chopper pilot for the news station here, so he's a pretty big name. But he's a retired Army helicopter pilot. He was a chopper pilot, and he is just a great guy. And he got the Warrior of the Day award that every year they award somebody this award. So that was a pretty cool thing too. He is well deserving of that. So congratulations to him. Let's see here. What else we got? This is probably the.
And that's it, folks. This was VetFest 2024. We're going to come back again next year, and I'm telling you, it's going to be twice as big. This was an amazing experience. I hope y'all liked it. Y'all take care. Yep, and that's it. I mean, that's basically all there is to it. That was kind of my whole day. I had a really nice
ride back home. It was a beautiful day to ride. A little windy, you know. Obviously, it is Oklahoma, and it's kind of the springtime here. We're kind of right in the middle of like tornado and earthquake, and you know, it's just part of that season. But still, you know, anytime I get a chance to go up and do something like this, I'm going to take it every single time. I mean, this was just a phenomenal event. And I'll tell you, I would really like to start pushing this kind of thing to where it becomes a national thing. I mean, there's no reason why we shouldn't be able to have this event in every state, you know, and maybe even multiple locations at a time. But this thing should grow, and it's fun. It has a lot of value to it. There's a lot of cool people there, a lot of good business people, a lot of good nonprofits, and everybody knows that I'm really big into supporting charity and nonprofits and stuff like that. So listen, guys, I don't want to take too long here. I don't want my episodes to be like 2 hours long anymore. I really want to try to start cutting them down so I can do more. My focus here is to still put out at least one episode a week, but I will be working on other things to do on Patreon. I will be working on merchandise like stickers and shirts and stuff like that. And I will also be talking a lot more about things like militia organization. You know, everybody who knows me knows that I have my Ink Warrior Militia. It is a fully training, it is a fully legitimate militia that obviously, uh, you know, I'm just waiting for the federal government to come and knock on my door one of these days. But until they do, I'm going to keep doing what the hell I want to do. They're not going to stop me. They're not going to shut me up, and I will not comply. I'm hoping that I can bring some other veterans or at least some other patriots on board with this same type of mentality. And we're going to start talking about a lot of these issues coming up, a lot of things that there's some confusion in the world about. So stick with me. Let's try to get these videos pushed out there. Let's try to get some good guests on here. Just we had some good guests before, but let's try to get more. And if you're interested in being on this podcast, just reach out to me and let me know. And otherwise, I hope y'all take care, and we will talk to you again soon. Till next time.